This is 5 ways to make your room more whimsical. What's up?
I'm Lil Magic.
Welcome to my YouTube channel. If you click this video, it's because you're looking to add more whimsy to your space and into your life. Hey, let's keep it real. All of those clean aesthetics are robbing your life of joy, color, and most importantly, whimsy. There's a reason everyone is latching onto nostalgia. It's because places used to have charisma, personality, and charm. But it seems like everything is becoming clean, sterile, corporate, and it's like a trend to be a carbon copy. That is not what we're about over here, so sit down and listen up because I'm about to administer your dose of emergency whimsicality. But before we get started, make sure you spin the block on that like button and smash that subscribe button so you could be a certified swagtopian and be notified every time I upload a new YouTube video. Okay, let's go. Remember that robot from iCarly? I caved and got a subscription to Paramount Plus, so I've been rewatching a lot of iCarly, and really all of the sets on that show are extremely whimsical. But what makes those rooms feel so whimsical is because of the unconventional design. I've heard terms like dopamine decor, kidcore, really any type of core or aesthetic people are calling it these days. But it works because these pieces are oversized, they're fun, they're made out of fun materials, things that you can touch, things that you would typically overlook in your day-to-day life, but they're fastened in a way that's just amazing. Like my curtains here, they're just tulle, but I just tied them around shower rings and hung them up, and now I have a rainbow. Really unconventional can mean anything in these days because when you go online, people always have like beige, brown, white, a different shade of white, cloud white, whatever that means. Having an unconventional design piece can really boost the whimsy in your place because it says a lot about your character and your personality, at least if you're not a poser. But we don't have posers in Swagtopia. Tip number 2 is to add Easter eggs. Easter eggs are super specific, so if you know, you know. The more specific you can be, the more personal it's gonna be to you. I like to think of Easter eggs as like personal inside jokes. A really fun example of an Easter egg that you can do is like print out a picture of John Pork and hang it on your wall, or Photoshop John Pork into your family photo and hang it up. No one's really gonna be looking for it, but when they do catch it, it's just gonna be funny as hell, especially if your parents are old as hell. Okay, number 3 is DIY projects. DIY projects automatically boost your whimsy points like 100 times because they're handmade and they're gonna look handmade. And handmade things just feel so special. It doesn't even matter what it is, it feels special because you know you put time, thought, and intention behind it. The edges may be a little wobbly, they're not probably perfect to crisp, but that's what adds the charm to it. There's really nothing better than a handmade touch. Especially now with AI being everywhere, would you rather someone generates you an AI image, or would you rather somebody make you maybe not the best image, but they drew it though? I think I'd rather go with the latter. Don't ever give me a freaking AI generated image. A good example of this is like the Betty Crocker cake mix thing. I heard, so don't at me on this, I heard that when they first launched those things, you didn't really have to add anything to it, but people thought that they were cheating. So they made you add the water, the egg, and the oil, so that way you felt like you had some kind of like connection or that you made the cake. And because of that, the sales skyrocketed. So it kind of has that same effect. Making DIYs and hanging them around your house, it's like, you know, I made that. I made that. I made that. I made that. Actually, I made everything in here. And because you're making things that you like, obviously the whimsy points are just gonna go straight through the roof. Another way you can add whimsy into your life, into your space, is to let other people participate. There's this really fun trend on TikTok where couples or groups of friends will get together and they'll either paint each other and like swap it back and forth, or they will make animals out of like modeling clay and try to model it just like the photo, but everybody's looks a little bit differently because everybody's skill level is obviously going to be different. Some of them look really good and some of them look cursed, but the charm is really in the cursed ones because the cursed ones always have the most personality to them. Letting others participate can also look like working on a DIY together. Let's say you have like a surface that you want to rhinestone, but the surface is really large. Invite some friends over, get some dino nuggets, get some zoo pals, some french fries, some ketchup, some candy, and turn on some music and have a good time. And if you're above the age, maybe a little ooh, ooh, or a little zip zip and have some fun. Trinket boxes have also been rising in popularity across seems like the world. So you could also set up a trinket box in your house. Like if you have people coming over, they could leave a trinket, take a trinket, and that could be another way to add whimsy to your space without, breaking the bank. All right, and the last tip that I have to add whimsy into your space, into your life, is that it starts within. Whimsicality really does require a more lighter and more playful mindset. You cannot be a serious bug. You cannot be a worrywart. It demands that you have wonder and awe for the world. Maybe there's like a little story behind the spider that lives behind the adjustable side mirrors of your car. It requires that you bring back your imaginary friends if you had some. Where are your teddy bears? Like, did they have a story to them? Mine do. Honestly, you really have to do the inner work to achieve and ooze whimsicality. One of my favorite ways to practice being more whimsical, practice having more of an imaginative mindset, is to sketchbook. Having a sketchbook is really the most inexpensive and easiest way to add whimsicality to your life. And if you don't already have a sketchbook, I really do recommend getting one. Like, I believe that it changed my life, and I really do believe that it will change yours as well. If you want to know how you can start a sketchbook and make the cover look fun too, make sure you check out my video on that. Being whimsical is not something that you can really do, it's just something that you are. You can make things look whimsical, but it's not gonna mean much to you if you're not actually whimsical. Like the rainbow thing, like it makes sense for me because I really can't pick a favorite color. My favorite color is green, but I spent a lot of my teenage years looking at Photoshop programs and like the color wheel. I like to tie-dye things rainbow. I like just like the aesthetic of crayons, markers, creativity. That's me. Your whimsicality is gonna look a little bit different for you. So a good jumping place to start off is Pinterest. Don't just be jacking people's stuff off of Pinterest, but add your little twist to it. All right, so those are 5 ways you can make your room and life more whimsical. If you made it this far into the video, drop a rainbow emoji in the chat, spin on that like button, and smash that subscribe button so you could be a certified swagtopian and be notified every time I upload a new video. Doses, y'all be easy.